Now, let's get on to a serious matter then. I want to get both your thoughts on this latest research, really, or reporting that's come out talking about young people just doing it so tough with the cost of living, Kristy, giving up all sorts of things. Now, we hear about beauty products and but people are giving up fresh food and stuff that's really important to them, and even, delaying prescriptions and the like.
Look, what I find really interesting about this is finally it's been reported that there is a cohort of young people in Australia who are not necessarily from the leafy teal suburbs, staying at home, doing 3 master's degrees until they're 26, concerned about more social issues. There are young people in Australia who are out paying rent, struggling to buy medicines, food, and put themselves through university. And there are more young people in Australia than we like to think about when we generalise millennials all caring about these social esoteric issues that don't directly impact their life. It really is putting the focus back on these young people who are out there struggling to earn a dollar, put a roof over their own heads and put themselves through school. We've had 27 years of uninterrupted economic growth until COVID. Even the GFC, Australia was largely insulated due to the mining boom underpinning our economy. And here we are starting to see young people really, really see that impact. It's not the young people we hear about in the mainstream media, Chris.
No, it's not. They're not the noisy ones either. They're not out there on social media or on their political issues. They're trying to earn a job, get ahead, right? And these fixed costs of feeding yourself and paying your power bill are going up and up and up.
They are. And like Kristy and yourself just said, these aren't the people who are gluing themselves to the Sydney Harbour Bridge because they're too busy trying to make a way and trying to cut through these constantly rising basics of life. Reading that report was quite confronting, I've got to admit. I mean, I'm a Gen Xer. I graduated university in the middle of the Keating recession, the one we had to have, and all of that sort of stuff. So I do recall in my own situation, and my parents weren't wealthy people. I had to pay board and I had to contribute and all that sort of stuff. And so I sort of felt a pang of remembrance, if truth be told, Chris. I was a dish pig in a restaurant. I cleaned houses and I was ironically a maths tutor, my worst subject, paying my way through uni and trying to get a job. This is a sleeping giant for both parties. And if, whichever party, if I was speaking to the government, this is a sleeping giant for you because you're so caught up with other issues that, yeah, maybe they're important, and they all say, well, we can walk and chew gum, except we can't.
Yep.
And if I speak to Conservatives, this is a generation that and I'm obviously a Conservative voter, this is a generation that you've spoken at, you haven't engaged with. You've said, you sit down, you be quiet, you young person, you don't know. Conservatives haven't engaged this generation in a way that builds trust or credibility, and this is our opportunity to do it.